Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to your Newcastle United Awards video. A week ago today, I made a video asking for you guys to vote for your best defender of the season, best midfielder of the season, best striker of the season, most improved player, best young player, and player of the season. Now, I had over 1,500 votes across these polls, so thank you for everyone getting involved. And today we will be going through those votes and letting you know who has won each award, and I'll let you know who I would have voted for and whether we agree. If you watched the last video, you'll remember I could only do so many polls on the YouTube channel, so I went and gave goalkeeper of the season to Dubravka. I think a lot of you guys will agree. He came in January and did us a massive favour, hoping to keep him on long term, but we'll have to see about that one. Fingers crossed. And yeah, let's get into your votes. One other thing to quickly mention before we get into this is you will notice the votes don't always add up to 100%. That is just because of the way YouTube does it. It doesn't show the 2.5 or 3.5. It just shows the closest percentage. Alright, so the scores are correct as we go through them, but that's why they don't add up to 100%. Alright? Let's get into it. Best defender of the season. Like I said, I had over 1,500 votes across these polls. So loads of you guys got involved. And this is what we are looking at for the defenders. So we had Clark on 0%, Yedlin on 2%, Lejeune and Dummett on 4%, and Lascelles on 87%. Now, I can't argue with that at all. We thought or hoped he may get a call up to England for the World Cup, which he didn't, but you can't take it away from the guy. Has had an amazing season. Captain at a very young age. And yeah, he's been fantastic for us this season. So I 100% agree. Well deserved to that man. Next up, we had midfielder of the season. And your votes looked like this. So we have Marino on 1%, Richie on 5%, Kennedy on 6%, Diarme on 18%, and Shelvey was 67%. So again, I can't argue with you guys. I think the fact that Diarme got 18% shows how much of a better second half of the season than maybe he had in the first half. But you have to say that Shelvey throughout has been our outstanding midfielder. Again, another player on a great form that we hoped might grab a spot in the World Cup this summer. He didn't, but again, you can't take it away from the guy. Great season. Someone to shout out who I didn't have in the nominations was Atsu. Someone commented saying, where is he? Again, he had a great start to the season, but obviously injury really held him back. But yeah, Jonjo Shelvey for me, midfielder of the season, and obviously for you guys as well. Next up, we have striker of the season. And again, those are your votes there. Slimani on 0%, which isn't massively surprising, seeing as we didn't see much of him. And I mean, he played a few decent games, but not great. We had Joslu on 2%, Gale on 6%, and Perez on 90%. I know when I did this vote, I even said that is Perez more of a midfielder. I put him in the striker category, and as you can see why, you guys obviously agreed with me there. He scored the most goals for us despite not actually playing as a striker, and I think his improvement this season compared to maybe even the start of the season or last season has been massive. So hopefully you can keep that up going into next season as well, and you can keep scoring us the goals. So yeah, Perez, striker of the season for you guys, and I agree again 100%. Next up, we had most improved player of the season, and those are your guys' votes there. We had Shelvey on 0%, Dummett on 4%, Lascelles on 4%, Perez 13%, and big man Diarme on 76%. I think you've got to say that with Perez on that 13%, he has massively improved as well. But Diarme, out of nowhere, has had a magnificent season for us. Obviously, the whole team improved moving from January onwards, especially Diarme. Again, you guys voted for Diarme. I agree 100% with that. I hope the form he's on right now, he can continue into next season for us as well, but 100% deserved to that man. Next up was best young player. Now, this was probably the closest of the votes we've had so far, so those were your votes there. Hayden on 2%, Marino 2%, Murphy 3%, Lascelles 35%, and Kennedy 56%. So I know I said it when I did the poll. Obviously, Kennedy was in on loan. He was only here for half the season, but, and I was saying this during the season, after he came in, he was one of our best players we had at the club. He was actually creating things. He was moving the ball forward. And yeah, I think the vote kind of shows where my head is as well. My votes would have either been for Lascelles or Kennedy. And I'm happy to go with it with you guys. I'm happy to stick with Kennedy. I think he's had a great season. Would love to bring him in on a permanent next year. We'll have to see what happens with that one. But yeah, Kennedy, best young player. And to finish things off, we have Player of the Season. Now, this wasn't one of the ones you could have voted for in the poll. You had to go down to the comments and let me know your Player of the Season. I didn't want to provide any nominations. I just wanted you guys to go for it and let me know who was your Player of the Season. Now, we had a couple of votes for Kennedy, Dubravka, Gale. Joselu even voted for himself. So, big up Joselu. In 4th place, we had Diame. And then 3rd and 2nd place were very, very tight with just a couple of votes in it. In 3rd place we had Perez. 2nd place we had Shelby, which means our winner was Jamal Lascelles with almost double the amount of votes of 2nd place. He's been magnificent for us this season. I mean, him and Shelby and obviously Perez coming in, especially at the end of the season, grabbing them goals. You can see why those 3 got the votes that they did. But again, for me, it was always going to be between Lascelles and Shelby, and I'm very happy to go with you guys on that one and give Lascelles our Player of this season. Alright guys, so I hope you have enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments maybe if you did agree with all of them, or if maybe you were one of the guys who voted for someone else and they didn't quite get it. Maybe you're Josely watching this video and you want to let me know why you should have won Player of the Season. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. The summer is here and I've got a lot of videos coming out at the moment, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and drop a like on the video. Alright, thank you for watching. Thanks for getting involved with all of the votes. It's much appreciated. Alright, thanks for watching. Catch you later.